So where is your focus? Is it in the negative or is it in the positive? Are you looking at the progress side of things, or are you looking at the lack of progress? Typically, I would say 90% of the time when I'm working with clients, within the first week or two of starting our sessions and making behavior changes and getting things down to work, um, I would say 90% of those clients will call me and say, "Hey, look, everything's going really good, but the dog's not walking exactly where they're supposed to be yet when we're on walks, or I'm having to correct the dog a little more than I would like," and or just some minor things like that. And I'll have to ask them, okay, so that's what you feel needs worked on still, but what do you feel has happened where you've made progress? And then they'll just go off on a big list of things where they've made progress. And like dogs that are aggressive, whether people or dog aggressive, I'll ask them, is the dog wanting to bite people anymore? And they'll say no. Okay, so is the dog still trying to go after other dogs? They'll say no. Okay, are they still showing anxiety towards certain things? They'll say no, they're doing well in all those areas. And is the dog still chewing things up in the house? No. Okay, so let's shift our focus a little bit. Let's shift from thinking down here to thinking up here, into where we're focusing on the positive aspects of things that have happened, and instead of focusing on what hasn't happened yet. The dog deserves you to give it the credit that it deserves, and you deserve to give yourself the credit that you deserve, because it doesn't just happen on its own. The owner has to put work in, and the dog has to receive the work that the owner is putting in. So make sure you're giving yourself credit and the dog credit. If you're not, then that's when things start to regress, because you're focusing too much on what hasn't happened yet. And once you make that your main point of focus, then the dog is going to feel that your energy is off, and then the dog is also going to start regressing as well. And then that's when I have to, like our sessions, instead of moving on to new things in the next session, we have to recover old things and just kind of go over what's already been gone over, just so that we can make sure that the progress is still happening at the right pace. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, because the progress needs to happen at whatever pace that it needs to happen at. But you can help yourself out, and you can help your dog out greatly by focusing on the positive aspect of things that have changed, instead of focusing on the things that aren't quite where you want them yet, because they'll get there. It's part of the process. It's just a matter of sticking with it, because the longer you stick with it, the more the dog is going to trust you, and the more the dog trusts you, the more he's going to give in to you and let you lead them, and not worry about what else is going on around them. So just make sure that your focus is on the positive instead of the negative. Take note of the things that still need to have progress made on them. Take a mental note, write those things down. And I always tell my clients, write those things down so that when I come back, we can work on them. But just don't make them a point of emphasis for you. Let that be my job, so that I can make sure those things are corrected at the right time throughout the process. But for you, you just need to make sure that you're focusing on the positive side of things, and let me focus on the things that you still need help with to be able to lead your dog the best way you can. And I think that's a good way to look at things anyway, is to focus on what's happening that's good. Because if you think about it, anytime you focus on the what's happening that's bad side of things, that's when things start to become overwhelming, and then you start to forget about those things that have greatly improved your life. And so just make sure that you're just keeping your focus on the positive side. Don't discard the things that still need to improve, but just make sure that they're just not letting it ruin your focus. I hope that helps, and hope you have a great day.